How do you feel the meets in the fall help the freshmen kind of going into the spring filled with more opportunities?
Yeah, this fall was good for us. You know, we're in a little bit of a unique situation with the fall season, the spring season. We didn't have our entire roster with us this fall. You know, Tucker Kinney, obviously, those know the athletic side of things at Wartburg. He was on the football field, and he's also an exceptional golfer for us. So we didn't have Tucker all fall, which enables us to, you know, have a different opportunity for other guys in our program to play. So, you know, we have quite a few. Our roster this year is unique. We have 3 fifth-year seniors, 2 seniors, and then we have some young guys in our program as well looking to find their way. And so this fall was a good opportunity for us to get some experience for some of those younger guys and some of those events that we played. And we played 5 two-day events this fall, so we played quite a bit this fall prior to, you know, this spring season. So we saw some good things out of the guys in our program, the returning guys, along with the freshmen that we have in our program. So, you know, I think that's something that we can really build on here for this spring, and I think it gives us, you know, an opportunity for some more improvement this spring with those guys.
You had a successful home tournament, your first in the fall. What do you guys look forward to in the home tournament this spring?
Yeah, it's always nice to play at home, right? There's familiarity with your course, there's familiarity with your surroundings. So for us, the spring of the year, you know, we're going to have usually a smaller event that we're going to host during the spring, but there is some really good competition. Kirkwood, a junior college, is coming again. They always have a great program, and it's great competition for us to play. So, you know, we just want to see how we stack up around the area in terms of some of the area schools that are going to be coming, and then we get a chance to play that really good competition. So, you know, our guys want to play against good competition, and that's an opportunity for them to do so. And, you know, playing at home is always nice for those guys too.
Maybe a hashtag breaking news that Tucker Kinney is playing golf this spring. How has he been able to balance, you know, potential NFL scout workouts as well as collegiate golf?
So I can confidently say that I think I'm probably the only golf coach in the country that's having to deal with this situation. But, you know, Tucker's taking it in stride. You know, he's preparing, obviously, for, you know, what lies ahead for him. You know, fortunately, he's able to do that, and we'll still have the opportunity to play for us this spring. So, you know, we want him to continue to play as much golf as possible, but we know that, you know, he's got a lot ahead for the training for the NFL draft and the opportunities that potentially lie there for him. So, like I said, it's a unique situation for our golf program, one that I don't envision anybody else in the country having to try and kind of juggle those things, but, you know, it's a good problem to have. Tucker's an exceptional golfer. You know, he finished 5th in the conference last year individually, and so he's a guy that's a difference maker for our program, and, you know, a guy that we're going to try to accommodate in any way possible that we can for him to do both things here this spring. So, you know, but to go with Tucker, you know, we have 2 other 5th-year seniors that are returning, Josh Nichols, Nick Lechtenberg, both guys that played in our conference championships the last few years as well, and guys that we're expecting a lot from with our program. And then, like I said, you know, we have 2 other seniors. Jack Larson played in our conference championships a year ago, a guy that's put a lot of time in to his game. And then we have some other guys in our program that are hungry for the opportunity to, you know, position themselves to play in our top 5 for the conference championships. So it's a unique situation, but it's also one that we have a good balance of returning players as well as some younger guys coming into our program this year that have an opportunity to impact us.
In addition to the home meets you mentioned, what can we expect from the competitive schedule this spring?
Yeah, so this spring we open up March 22nd and 23rd. Illinois Central College, Community College, hosts down in Peoria, Illinois at a golf course called Weaver Ridge Golf Course. It's a place that we went to last year. I'm looking forward to going back because now our guys have seen the course again, and hopefully that's an opportunity that, you know, we can reflect on last year's time down there in the spring, and we can hopefully play a little bit better this spring when we go down there. And then we host, you know, March 29th and 30th, which hopefully the weather accommodates us here during that time frame. And again, we talked about that a little bit with the teams coming here with Kirkwood and some other area schools. And then we play the following weekend at Sunnyside Country Club up Iowa University. University hosts their 2-day spring invite there. Again, numerous Division II, NAI junior colleges, and Division III schools that are going to be there for us to compete in. And then we go over to Iowa Central Community College's 2-day event, kind of April, I think it's 11th and 12th. Prior to our conference championship. So, you know, we're looking for some good competition, some good tournaments that we're playing in the area that obviously prepare us for for our conference championships. And again, our conference championships at the end of April being at Glen Oaks Country Club in Des Moines, an outstanding venue for us to play a real championship course for our kids to play. And having this be the second year there now, again, familiarity with the course is a big thing, and hopefully that's something that we can reflect on last year's times and struggles and good rounds in the conference championships, and hopefully perform at a higher level for our conference championships this year.
Talking about those conference championships, with the kind of depth your team has, what do the team goals look like before the season for those conference championships?
Yeah, we want to improve on our finish last year in the conference championships. Finishing right in the middle of the pack last year was not where we wanted to be, but we saw some positive things. We performed poorly in the second round, which ultimately set us back a little bit in terms of where we wanted to finish in the conference championships. The league is going to be very solid again. Luther won the conference championships last year. They returned all 5 guys that were in their starting rotation last year for those championships. And then there's other teams that performed well in the fall, with Nebraska Wesleyan and Dubuque and some other schools that are adding guys to the mix that, feel like they can compete towards the top of the league. So, we feel like we're right there in the mix. We're going to need to play consistently for all 3 rounds in the conference championships to ultimately get the finish that we want. But I know our guys are, they look at last year's results and they're excited about going back and competing again, and the experience that we have with the younger guys too.
You had 6 guys that played all 11 rounds in the fall and 1 or 2 rounds off of that. What excites you about that depth to try to pick the best of the best for them?
Well, I think that, sorry to interrupt there, but I think that the competition side of things is most important, right? For our program to move forward and for our guys to compete at the highest level, we need to have depth and competition in our program. And so with that comes obviously the ups and downs of some of the rounds that you have in the fall. But I think that the younger guys in our program had an opportunity to play in competition. We had some admirable performances during the fall. A couple of guys that played pretty well. Vaughn Tyler, a freshman for us from Liberty High School. He had finished his fall season with a couple really good rounds at Finkbein at Central's Fall Classic. So that's something that I think that he can build off of. Hopefully we can see a little bit more consistency from Vaughn here with the spring season. And Duke Taylor, a freshman for us from Waukee, also played in the majority of our rounds throughout the fall, and he had some nice rounds in there. And some days where it was 1 or 2 bad holes that ultimately set him back for those rounds. So again, consistency from those guys, and I think that's what's best about the fall season is they have an opportunity to compete in those events, and they get a chance to play against good competition. And now hopefully they have been spending time working on that off season, which they have, and that'll motivate them here for the spring and hopefully see a little bit more consistency with that.
I know the other spring sports kind of start this weekend or have started already. You got another month, like you said, before competition. So what are you doing now, or do you wait a little further, closer to next weather?
Yeah, our guys are spending time hitting indoors this time of the year. The $1 million question is what the weather is going to be like for us during the spring or these winter months. And so our guys are spending time hitting indoors, spending time working on their game, playing on the simulator, any opportunity that they have. And we'll get more involved from a practice and a more structured standpoint here in the upcoming weeks for us to get geared up for that March 22nd, 23rd first tournament that we're going to be playing. So obviously the off season is a chance for our guys to, be spending time working on their games, but also they have a lot of other things that they're involved with here on campus and around the community. And so, spending time working on that in the simulator and spending time working on their games in the indoor facilities is the biggest thing that they can be doing right now, and heading up to when we're going to get more involved from a team standpoint here moving forward.
Good luck in the spring season.
Thank you.